Turn on the camera there. Hey, just a quick nightcap. Look out. I got inspired by someone's robe stream. And the fact that the missus is out right now, so I'll have nothing better to do. So, just wanted to give everyone a little update on what I've been up to lately. Well, making videos, of course, getting ready for fun things to come on the channel. Didn't post anything today because I have something posting tomorrow and Saturday, but I realized some people are like, oh, he didn't have anything posting today, so thought I'd post a little bit of a nightcap. It'd be fun, right? I don't know if I have anyone joining me, though. That's the only thing, but that's okay. Let me see. The missus wanted me to get Disney Plus. So we have Verizon. We got a year's free subscription, which is probably how they got so many subscribers through Verizon. I think T-Mobile, you also got it free, too. But we got that. And let me see. What am I excited for? I get, whoa, hi. Hello, everyone. Hello. Yes, hi. I don't have a robe, Rob. That's what I'm missing here, right? Anyway, so the missus is excited about the Disney Plus. And so on it. There's some old cartoons, old 90s cartoons. I'm not talking about X-Men. Surprisingly, I wasn't that big of an X-Men fan. I watched it and I liked the cartoon, but did I love it? No. Did I miss it? No. Did I want to see more of it? Not really. And but the Rescue Rangers, the Tailspin. I have DuckTales and watched it. DuckTales is still solid, the old school DuckTales. And what's the other one? Oh, Darkwing Duck. Interested in seeing that. And then Emperor's New School. That I like the movie. I doubt the TV show was that good, but I'd give it a shot. And then there was a Gordon Ramsay show on there. I think Gordon Ramsay Uncharted that I really enjoyed. Sticking with Netflix, that's totally fine. Totally fine. Can't wait to see those EU cards. I was being sarcastic on an earlier stream. I said, "Oh, I can't wait to see the 2003, Jenny Tatarsky's Clone Wars." I know it's not on there. I can't wait to see the Ewoks cartoons and Droid cartoons streaming. I know those aren't on there either. I can't wait to see the Ewok movies. Oh, wait. I was disappointed, though. They have that stuff and they can show it. What's holding them back? That's the thing I didn't. It's like, come on, you can show that stuff. I think looking at Tartovsky's stuff streaming would be awesome. Awesome possum. But anyway... lately, you know what I have been watching? I just started watching it just like a few days ago because during lunch breaks and breakfast and sometimes dinners, because me and the missus's paths are crossing. She's assistant director for another show, and I am in 2 or 3 board meetings a week now. This is insane now, but our paths kind of cross. We take turns watching the kids, so I don't have I don't. There's nothing on TV. There's nothing ever on TV. I watch more YouTube than I watch TV or anything, Netflix or anything. I watch more YouTube than that. But even YouTube, some days people don't throw up much on their channels. I'm like, okay. And I mean, I subscribe to a few channels. Maybe I should subscribe to a few more. But I'm like, I want interesting, entertaining content. And then I thought about something my brother told me a long time ago because he started watching, and I don't know if he finished, but I know he started watching it and stopped. But he told me Magnum PI. The original Magnum PI really held up and it was really good. He's right. I'm watching season 1, which shouldn't be that good, and it's pretty smart. It's a pretty smart show and pretty entertaining. Oh, Bruce is here. Bruce, when do you want to come over? We have to get some podcast ideas coming through. Need to get him on here. Magnum. Yeah, Magnum is pretty good. Now, I kind of want to watch MacGyver again because I was a big MacGyver fan, Richard Dean Anderson fan, but I don't know if it's still good. Does it hold up? And by the way, who was Magnum's arch rival that had all the guns and liked to kill? Was it Murdoch? We want to say it was Murdoch, but we couldn't remember, and I'm too lazy to look it up. I'm sure that's something you can look up on the internet, but Magnum PI, actually really good. And season 1 doesn't have the catchy rock music like the other one does, or like the series did. Excuse me. In the first season, which was the 1980 to 1981. I think it premiered in 1980, and then 1981 was its first full season. It has this weird, easy listening intro. It's kind of weird, kind of generic too. Um, but it is a pretty solid show. I've only watched, I'm like episode 6 right now of season 1, and I'm liking it. I think it's good. Just in case, let me send that off. All right, so let me see. What else have I been doing? Oh, I set that out. Got that. Oh. Sorry, lost my place. Here we go. Back there. There we go. Someone's watching Bonanza and Adam 12 with my dad. Good shows. I never watched. I know about those shows. I probably watched a few of them here and there, but that was about it. Not going to see any of the new canon stuff. Still, I just have no interest. I'm fine if anyone wants to watch it, but I just have zero interest in it. Zero interest. And it's sad, but it's true. Jeffrey, hello. Boy, I made that stream with Norm, and everyone enjoyed it, right? There's a lot of people posting about that. Southpaw is talking about Magna PI. It started in 1981, and even though it's usually the first season is kind of lame, kind of falls flat, season 1 of Magnum is pretty strong right now. I'm really enjoying it. It's got a lot of humor. It digs into characters a little bit. It was a little advanced for its time, meaning it set Magnum up as a Vietnam, survivor or whatever, and he's having flashbacks a lot. Well, TC, the helicopter driver, also was in Nam, and he also suffers from flashbacks. But there's an episode where they're both suffering from the same flashback, and at the end, Magnum kind of says, "Hey, TC, do you ever have flashbacks from Nam, that kind of haunt you?" And he's like, and TC lies. He says, "No, you?" And he goes, "No." And they're playing basketball, trying to have fun, but they're both haunted by something, and it's unresolved until maybe later on they'll dig more into their characters. It's really neat that the character has this many layers so early in the show, and especially showing the early 80s. Did they really have to show all those layers? I thought that was really cool. Let's see. Yeah, they changed Norm's channel name. It's something like Board Game Museum, but he said he's getting things started up and everything should be good. And I can't reveal it right now because I don't have it recorded, but I am super excited about the next Saturday morning Semiflange. There is one of my favorite board game reviewers, one of my most favorite board game reviewers. He's a lot of fun. He agreed to do an interview, and I can't wait. But I'm super excited about that if it works out. We got to get our time zones done. Now, by the way, this stream ends when the missus comes home. I put the girls to bed. The girls passed out, like an hour? It's been almost 2 hours. They passed out around 8. And so I was here watching Magna PI, and I was going, I just want to do something. And then Ryan's stream came on. He had a nice robe, and it was fun. I said, that's fun. And I thought, well, and then right after the stream was over, the missus called me. She said, hey, I'm going to go out with some friends. I'm like, oh, yeah, going out. That's fine. Stay as late as you want. I'll only be 30 minutes, which means it's probably going to be an hour. But I said, why not? Oh, hold on. Getting stuff pop up on me. Hold on. Pop-ups. Anyway, I said, go ahead. And then I thought, maybe I'll just do my own stream. Just tell you what I've been up to and everything. My wife wants to see the Lady and the Tramp live action. I'm kind of hesitant because if they filmed a live action, why didn't it come out? I don't know. Why didn't it come out, in the theaters? I thought that movie would come out in theaters. But anyway, I don't know. And then the other thing, what was the other thing? Monsters at Work, the TV series. She loves Monsters, Inc., so she's really excited about seeing that TV show. But I think that's next year. But the missus really wanted Disney Plus because it has a bunch of her, not cartoons on it. She really wanted the, what is it? The movies. And there was some show, and I can't remember right now. Oh, no. One thing that she was really, One thing that she was excited about that they didn't have was Dumbo Circus. If anyone remembers Dumbo Circus, it was this silly live action uh, um, children's show where a guy dressed up as Dumbo, and then it had a bunch of other characters from a circus. Now, if anyone remembers, Disney Channel used to do a 2-week free view, where they gave you the channel for free. And as kids, you'd watch Disney Channel, right? Because that was the only time you knew your parents were going to be too cheap to buy it. At least my parents were. But we get to watch that two weeks out of the year. They give it to you for free just to see if you like it. Man, we ate it up, anything. And we watched Dumbo Circus. And I can't remember how old I was watching it, but I may tell myself maybe 13, 14. I was in my early teens, and we would just watch anything Disney because it was like you don't get it, but for only 2 weeks. So it's like, oh man, I gotta watch this. But what is this? Magnum EU, welcome. Oh wait, no, I lost him. Oh no, Magnum, come back. Magnum, I need you. I need you on the stream. I need you to come back, Magnum. Oh man, Magnum EU, get back on here. Because I'm thirsty. I hate taking drinks. That's why. Oh, by the way, it was really fun having Brian on the live Q&A, because if you don't know, I've been to visit Brian a couple of times out at his place, and some of my best moments before the Steam Yard I found was just being in a Q&A with him, where he could help me read the questions or filter through the questions while I talked, or he could talk while I was filtering through the questions. Because the thing I absolutely hate about live Q&As is me just looking and reading the comments, and then, oops, I see there's been a ton of comments here. It's been looking and reading the comments, and there's nothing but dead air. And I hate that. And especially when I'm going, yeah. Magnum, are you coming back on? I really hope you do. Come back on. All right. I totally forgot where I was. I got so excited for Magnum EU. Let's see. I tried to start reading the Wheel of Time series because a buddy of mine wants me to start reading it. One of my old roommates. And the thing is, on the Wheel of Time, once you start on it, you're in it for the long haul, man. I mean, there's a ton of Wheel of Time books, and I got 3 chapters into it. I want to go more, but of course, Magna PI. Okay, I have totally missed a lot of the comments here. I am so sorry. Top 200 games is must-see TV, Matt. Really enjoying this journey. Hey, thank you. A lot of people have been enjoying the top 200. I'm really happy because any board game aficionados, I guess, I have quite a few people. Everyone loves looking at a top 10, right? Everyone looks like looking at a top 100 and everything. And in the top 100, I look at people's top 100, and I don't have any of those games, or hardly any of those games. I mean, honestly, I would say 10%, you're doing really well. 5% is the average. When I go on Board Game Geek and I look at everyone's top 10, I'll count, like I said, 10% is really good. And extra weight, but hold on. Now I'm going to bring someone in here. Yeah, thank you, everyone. The top 200 has been a lot of fun because it's been different games that I have that either people don't know of or they haven't heard of before, and I'm happy. Now, the only thing is, I wonder, are people going to enjoy the games as much as I do? Because I do have different tastes. I do. There are some, I was talking, this is so weird. At work, it's weird to know that there's someone in my class today that told me that they played Twilight Imperium. And I was like, what? And they said Scythe. And then, what was the other one they played? Martian, Terraforming Mars and everything. I was like, wait, Wait, and this isn't this was when I say older lady, I'm saying a lady with kids who are married. So she's not ancient, but she's she's up there. I was thinking, how would you? What a bit? You're playing what? And I mean, I guess her kids come over to the house and they play these games, and but she said she loves them. And she's telling me about the last time they played Twilight Imperium, and she was a so and so. I was like, wait, what? It's like hearing my mom talk about board games, and it was really weird to see that. Oh, Magnum EU.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, how's it going?
I'm so happy to see you.
Magnum EU. I couldn't believe you talking about Magnum. I had the exact same experience as you. I actually watched it when it was on all those years ago, and then watched it again on Netflix and felt the same way. I was like, this really holds up, and it's really entertaining. I mean, it's cool at times, but it's fun though, you know?
It's now, like I said, I've only watched now. I never watched every episode of Magnum. I'm sorry, this is coming into a Magnum stream now. But the thing is, I never watched every episode. I know I saw a lot of them, but in the first few, and spoilers, everyone, who cares? There's one, I think it's the second episode. He's fighting this, the Red Dragon, the Order of the Red Dragon. They have the Red Dragon on, and he beats up TC. He's really super fast and quick with his karate. He's like a Bruce Lee wannabe, but TC goes, Magnum. He strikes he'll blink before he strikes, but you got to hit him quick because once he strikes, he's so fast that once he strikes, you can't stop him. But he'll blink, and so Magnum, of course, gets into a fight with him. And Magnum's getting kicked, and he has Magnum pinned. But then Magnum brings up the gun and puts it in his face. He went, "Don't try it," because he sees the guy looking at the gun. And then the camera zooms in on him, and he goes, and then the screen goes blank, and you hear a shot. Magnum kills him. Second episode.
Yeah,
just cold-blooded, man. Just killed him, and then got up and walked away.
And it's awesome, right? I mean, it's intense.
It was great. And there was another one. I just saw this one where there's this old couple, and he sees someone in town, and he says, "Honey, we need to go. We need to go now." And so they're zooming off. They're trying to escape. And there's this old couple. And it's an old, Sal and so. It's an old Jewish couple, and they're on the run by someone. Well, he sees an old barcode, from the World War II days, and he said, "Oh, okay, these are escapees, and they're being chased by ex-Nazis." Yeah. So Magnum's on the run to get them to save this guy. He finds out later on that the guys that are chasing him are Jewish, and he's so confused. And then he digs through Sal's pictures, and he sees a picture of Sal, and Sal's dressed up in a little on a ship, and his wife is waving at the camera or whatever. And then he looks, and this is taken he figures it's taken in the 1950s after the war, after they got married after the war. He went, "Oh, this is their wedding." And then he looks, there's nothing on her wrist. And so Magnum puts it together that they were the Nazis going undercover. They're being chased by Jews.
Yeah.
Because they got and it totally flips the script. Yeah. And I was like, wait, what? and then I think he kills it because the old man dies, because they kill the old man, and the old lady's mad. And she goes, "Magnum." He's like, "No." He said, "It's all a fake, isn't it?" He said, "You got a faded tattoo, you got blah, blah, blah." Yeah. And then she has a scalpel. She goes, "I guess this is the end." And look, she won't drop the scalpel. And then it goes to a different thing. I guess Magnum killed her too, because it backs away from the boat, and you're like, wait, what happened? What's going to happen? It's great. I was like, is he just killing everyone? Is he killing everyone?
He kills everyone. There's no one left in Hawaii.
I love it. But it's so smart. And then plus, like I was telling people, they have this Vietnam background for Magnum. They have these layers, these secrets, these Higgins. Higgins can speak Japanese. Well, how has he know Japanese? All right. Higgins has led an interesting life, but we don't even know all of it yet. Even Magnum doesn't even know all of it. Now, I am way behind the comments, but someone said Murder, She Wrote and Magnum P.I. had a crossover. Yes, I saw that. Yeah. They were trying to build up Murder, She Wrote because it just started. And so episode 1 of the 2-part episode was on Magnum P.I., where at the end, Magnum gets arrested and charged for the murder. And then Angela Lansbury in Murder, She Wrote has to get him out of jail.
And by the way, you love continuity, Matt. Murder, She Wrote is still happening in books. There are
No,
Yeah.
is it really?
Going to the mystery section. It's still happening. And by the way, did you know that? I don't know if they ever made the connection, but Magnum PI was written by the same guy that wrote Jag. Did you ever see Jag? And it kind of has a similar background, where it's it's these like Navy guys, and they deal with everything.
Yes, I know. I'm familiar with it.
Right, so it's the same. I mean, it makes you wonder if it's a shared universe. We got to get someone to create that continuity anyway. But
yeah, no, definitely. And Brian, it's good to see you. We were doing some Magnum PI talk.
Is it good to see me though? See, you were talking to Bill. You were talking about some board games earlier, and I thought about bringing up Shadows over Camelot for you. And I'm booted. How's it going?
Okay, so anyway. Okay, so Shadows of the Camelot is obviously a very well-liked cooperative board game. I love co-ops. I despise that game. I freaking despise that game. And they think I'm kidding. But I really did hate that. That game punches you in the teeth.
I hate that game. That was
Chris, here's the deal.
Stress.
You get to do three out of 4 choices. Whichever one you don't pick, they punish you for. So if you do that one, but then give up another one, they punish you for not doing that one. You're like, dude, I can't do it all. Quit and stop. Now, Son of Luke says that he said they started a board game club at school. They didn't want any girls to join, but they're not allowed to exclude people. And it turns out girls are hardcore gamers. That's true. I just added a girl to the board game group, and then her new roommate is going to join too. So it looks like we may be even in the numbers because I have another friend who comes over. He's a guy, so maybe 2 guys, 2 girls now going forward. But girls are great. Girls are great gamers. I don't know. I know there's some sort of a bias against girls. You see it here or there. What does a girl know about that? But you know what? I'm raising 2 daughters, and they're gonna play board games. They're gonna know a lot. Yeah. But that's awesome though. But no, I hate Shadows of the Camelot.
Shadows over Camelot was terrible.
By the way, it's funny you mention that, Matt. My wife's a big gamer, actually, much more so than me. And she's really tried to get me on board. And we've got 1 kid now, and we're about to have 2 more. And the first thing she thought when we found out about this too is she goes, darn, how are we going to find a 5-person game? She thought we were going to have a perfect 4 kind of thing happen, So now we just have to be a basketball team, I guess.
Yeah, there are 5-player games.
Oh, there are plenty of 5-player games.
I keep it to 4 because sometimes I pick games that only have 4 players. I noticed that because I used to have 6 players come every night. And then I found out that not all my games were 6 players. In fact, a lot of them are 4. And I'm going, why 4? Why can't it be 6? And unless some of them come with expansions. But anyway though, but I have really enjoyed. I actually got just a big stack of board games just recently, so I have to find the time to play them.
Interesting.
When I'm not super busy.
I thought you were down to like 1 new one left.
I was, but then the big order came in. 2 boxes. Where my wife goes, "What is it? Where's this from?" I said, "I don't know. Where is this from?" I didn't know it. No, I'm kidding. I told her, I said, well, that was stuff that was saved up for like the past few months. I mean, a lot of this stuff was ordered back at the first of the year. In fact, some of these games, I remember I got them. I just don't remember why. So I need to play them. I said, hopefully I thought these were fun. How do you play this again? So, but I can't get that many because the shelf that I just bought in April is almost full. But to be honest, I had a lot of the board games just sitting on the floor. Had a lot of them sitting on the floor.
Speaking of filled shelves, I was going to ask Magnum if he's managed to unpack his Star Wars collection.
Oh, yes.
No, in fact, no. It's a real problem. It's like it's sad to say, but it's not like the main priority right now in the family. We're trying to prepare for new. But this is my new collection.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to. If you can see, there's I don't know. There's about 40 boxes in here.
So quick question. What's your address and how quickly can I get there?
It's crazy. Matt, like you saw this a while back, like my wife has got the games out, so that's the priority right now. But yes, Star Wars, sadly, it's all in boxes. So,
well, games or Star Wars. I mean, you're not really choosing a bad thing there either way.
Yeah. I don't know when I'm going to get it up.
Let me ask you this. When I was doing my Heart of the Jedi review, you remembered that it was on? Because I remember seeing it advertised.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was a bookmark, but am I mistaken? Was it a flyer? Was it a... Help me jog my memory, because...
Something's saying bookmark to me too.
It's funny because I mean, you saying that, Matt, made me think. Yeah, I think I'd seen something like that. I haven't found it yet. I've been looking, but someone else dropped a clue that it might also be obviously just in the back of one of the you're probably like Heir to the Empire advertising upcoming. I've been looking at different editions I have, and I haven't found it yet, but there are a number of different editions. So far, nothing. Which is weird. I mean, I'm surprised, and I've been trying to do some deep Google searching around this too to see if anyone else has ever come across this, but they haven't. But it jogged some sort of memory.
I remember seeing an ad for it somewhere and thinking, "Oh, that sounds cool," and then it never came out. But that was before the internet was that big, and you really didn't know what was going on.
No, that's right. I mean, but still, somehow we knew it was missing, right? We knew enough to eventually go, talk to Flint about it, right? But
I just assumed that they had changed the title, or that the author, that they had the same story, but it was probably something else that we just didn't know they changed,
right?
Because that was a working title, maybe, I thought,
right?
But I do remember, distinctly seeing and I had a small little shelf back then. I don't think I have it anymore, but I had a small little shelf back then, and on that bookshelf, I had that bookmark or flyer or something from Bantam, and it was introducing the coming soon stuff, and Heart of the Jedi was on there.
It's a shame because there's definitely. I heard you guys the other night on the stream talking about Mandorla, which was like a more recent book that was canceled, and there's a lot of stuff like that, like Blood Oath, that I have. Oh, hey, what's up, Spencer? That I have like like the previews comic magazine that like comic stores get. Like I've got a bunch of those over the last decade that have. They've advertised comics that got scrapped and things like that, and book catalogs and stuff. But that's more recent. I mean, going back early 90s, it's just impossible to find. Anyway.
Right. Magnum, don't you hate it when people show off their bookcase in the background and it's bigger than yours?
Look at that. I know. It's killing me.
Well, to be fair, library's in his name, though.
That is true.
It is. I got to upgrade to 3.
Nice. Very nice.
Spencer is also a board game aficionado. In fact, the first time we met was at Gen Con.
It's true.
And he also unfortunately got to meet Jeremy and Dylan as well.
Wait. Jeremy was awake?
Jeremy may have been awake.
He actually came over to see me.
Oh, he did come over because I told him, I said, "Hey, that's whatever your gamer tag or your username was back then."
Oh, a little bit of everything back then.
Yeah, I said, "Hey, that's a little bit of everything," and Jeremy kind of went, "Huh? What? Really?" And then he walk over to Spencer to say hello.
Hey, his crowd weaving must have been quite impressive when he was half asleep then.
Oh man. I think we were playing. Were we playing Twilight?
Oh, I can't remember. I remember seeing you guys playing it.
I want to say we were playing Twilight when we met, because we had a big game going, and it was funny because everyone would come by and go, "Ooh," and keep going because Twilight Imperium is going to take forever.
So I got a question for all of you guys then, since you all play board games.
Yes.
Cooperative or competitive games do you prefer more?
Okay, I'm going to say this since I've been doing my top 200, and there's been a lot of people asking me this, and my gaming group is slightly ticked off because they want me to be more specific. When I say that my gaming group does not like co-ops, that means the previous one. My gaming group has evolved. There are a few more different people, but overall they enjoy a co-op, but they enjoy competitive better. I'm fine either way, but I do love me a co-op, a good co-op. I do enjoy a good co-op. It just hurts my heart that some of my co-ops drop because of lack of, what was the one I was really upset at? Police Precinct. I think that's a fantastic game. I think it's a fantastic game because you never know when you're going to win or lose. You could think, "Oh, I've got this," and you lose horribly, like 2 plays later, because the whole world falls apart. Or you say, "There's no way we're going to win this," and then the last 2 rounds, somehow you pull a miracle out. Mm-hmm. Michael says co-ops get a big thumbs down from him.
It's all right, Michael. I understand.
I mean that's I can understand. I understand why people don't like co-ops too, because they're like, no, that's not competitive. Well, yes, all against one. It has some teamwork into it. Anyway, Spencer, what do you say? Co-ops, yay or nay?
It seems like lately it's been yay. A lot of the games I've been playing right now have just been the co-op kind, and it, I don't know, it all depends on the game. There are just times where it's like I'm in the mood to work together. I'm in the mood to leech off of other people, if that's what you want to say. But then there are times I just want to crush you and be the ultimate winner. So I'm gonna I'd say co-op overall, yeah, would be my go-to. I like team up with
Magnum.
others.
Magnum. Yeah, I just don't actually honestly have as much experience with cooperative games. So actually, and largely because my wife drives it, it's so competitive and loves exactly what you just said, Spencer, touching me usually when we play. It's competitive.
Yeah.
Good sport.
Yeah.
He's a good sport.
Yeah. Whenever I need to be humbled, I just ask her to play some games, and she just destroys me. So yeah.
So, Spencer, tell us, and I'm going to go check on my girls just a minute because I thought I heard a cry. Tell us your most prized possession in your EU collection, or possessions plural.
Nice.
Ooh.
And Spencer knows I was obsessing over his bookshelf today. I saw the latest video and was asking him questions about it. So,
Yeah. Chris was asking me. I had followed Matt's lead and had created my own Tales of the Galaxy with some stuff in it. I know Darth Maul Saboteur's in there. Get it out. So it's a nice hardback from Lulu with the Wizards of the Coast Jedi Academy in here.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what it looked like.
Yeah, and then there's also a short story in here. I know Matt's checked it out, but it's based on. And I can send this to you, Chris. I know you had asked about it, and but it's based on the Rebel Assault game, the Hidden Empire.
Yeah.
I always loved that game as a kid, and it's like, oh, someone needs to novelize it or something.
Rebel Assault, nice.
And so that's in here. And then I do have a physical copy of Heart of the Jedi, so that's nice to have. And then a recent acquisition pickup was the webcomic collection.
Good.
Oh, cool. Nice.
The exclusive, and it's actually signed by a couple of the writers there.
Awesome.
Oh, very cool.
So,
did you just get that? You said, or
yeah, this year.
Oh, great! Did it come with the posters too, or what?
Yeah.
Great.
Where are the? Yeah, they're up there.
Awesome.
I think mine was signed too. Wait, can you hear me? I think mine was signed too. Is this thing on?
Nobody cares what you want, man.
Okay.
So yeah, Matt, is it like that or?
Hold on, let me get it.
That's interesting. Mine's not signed. I bought it directly from the publisher.
Okay.
So the non-signed one is the rare one. Go figure.
Yeah.
Of course.
Cool.
Okay, you got it in there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's signed.
but I bought this one secondhand too. So
Yeah, this is secondhand as well.
You got it secondhand.
I think this came out during Celebration, so they probably went up to the authors and got it autographed.
Must have been. It kills me because I was at that celebration. That was in 2010, and I don't remember that being offered. And I actually got that eventually, like 2015 or something, just directly from the publisher. And I've tried recently, and it's out of stock, I think, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
I never knew it existed for the longest, and when I heard about it, I was like, "Really?" And then I found it online. This is right after the takeover, Disney takeover. And so I was just looking for random stuff, and I found it. I was like, "Shut up!" And I picked it up immediately.
Yeah,
because that's when I started racing to get all of the EU stuff that I'd never. I had a list, but I was not seriously drilling it down and collecting it all. I was like, "Well, if I don't have I'll get the Queen's necklace when I have the time." Some of those children's books, some of those Ewoks children's novels too. I was like, Ewok finds a way. Yeah, I'll get that someday. Maybe I'll see it at a flea market. But I wasn't avidly going after it until they announced the sale. And then I was like, what? And then I started just cleaning it. I mean, I bought so many. I actually told people that I read more EU those first 2 years after the takeover in 2013, 2014 than I ever have. Because, I mean, it wasn't the best. No, but it was a bunch of children's books, a lot of short stories, a lot of magazines, a lot of that comic web strip series. I mean, there are so many things that I just started just avidly reading that to this day, I probably wouldn't have it all. My list would not be as complete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to how I am right now, though, is I'm starting to go through and reread a lot of my collection, and just kind of hunting down things in used bookstores all the time. The Dark Forces books, the smaller novelizations, I've been trying to hunt those down. They're kind of my long-term goal to find those eventually. It's a treasure hunt for me. I mean, I know I could get them online easy, but that's no fun.
That's another question, Spencer.
Expensive though, by the way.
Spencer, what is something, a treasure, an EU treasure you hope to track down one day? And Magnum, I'm going to ask you next.
Well, we know his will be obscure.
I know, that's why I love it.
An EU treasure. Oh man. Does the Dig magazine count? I'd go
Sure,
there.
yeah, definitely.
With the Tatooine, what's it called?
Lost City of Tatooine.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, Lost City of Tatooine.
Yes, City of Tatooine. Thank
You
you.
remember, Spencer, when it popped up on eBay? Back in
In my best she voice. You want this, don't you? I can feel the anger coursing through you.
She.
Take it.
God,
Strike
that was
me.
an art cannon.
Take it. Strike me down.
But I did see that on eBay, and it was like, ugh.
That went nuts.
Yeah.
You just mentioned that, Chris. It went nuts on eBay.
I promoted it on the website, and
Oh,
then
Yeah, I saw that.
someone write to me and they chewed me out. They go, you jerk! I was the first bid. I was going to get it. And yeah, I felt bad. I remember, Matt, a couple of years ago I got it, and I never revealed how much I paid for it, but I paid less than cover price, which I honestly, for that thing, I would have paid $300 or something, But
Full disclosure, someone gave it to me.
oh, that's amazing. Well, I asked Joe about it
because I had a, I don't know, it's almost like a secret Santa. I had a wish list, and they said, "So what do you need?" Okay, what's your address? And I was like, "What's my address? You have all of that?" He went, "Yeah," and just sent it to me. I was like, "What?" So the inside scoop on that. So Chris, what's the one thing that you want that you would love to find?
Honestly, I can't think of anything. I know I don't think there's any. I mean, I don't actually think there's anything I don't have at this point. I actually can't think of anything, honestly. And that's why I'm at the point where I collect promo stuff. So actually, my big find is I collect store displays. So if you find a Galaxy of Fear store display, that's what I want. I've been looking for one for a while.
Ooh, that's nice.
Okay.
I
Write that down.
Right, go ahead. One for me, it's not that big of a deal, but it kind of irks me. It was the year I got married, and I did not subscribe to Star Wars Hyperspace.
Uh-huh.
And of course, that was the 1 year that they put in a short story from Fate of the Jedi.
Imprint.
Imprint.
Yep.
And I never got the booklet, and it was going for way too much on eBay. Now I have the digital copy, and I'm fine with that. But to get that little pamphlet, that two-page, yeah, I know it would be nice to have it in print. So that's the one thing.
That's the weird thing. I've got that. I've got a ton of those little things that, like, they're almost so small that I kind of don't know where they are. Like, they're just like, they're tucked between magazines in long boxes, right? And it's almost like it almost would be better just to have the PDF or something, right? There's another version, like those little Toys R Us Clone Wars comics. They're the 4. I spent way too much money on those. I have them physically, but they're so tiny that, like, they're all in one little comics bag. They're stuck in one of those boxes, and it's like, I don't even know where to go find them, right? But
it's like,
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, I got those in the Menace Revealed omnibus.
Right.
Because I just didn't. wanted to hunt all the individuals down. I was content.
I went back and bought it too because it has the newsletter. Remember the Dark Horse newsletter that cost 25 cents that had like a short comic strip in it? And they're wedged between all my comic books. I found one that was inside of another comic book because I was using it as a bookmark because it was the newsletter with a little comic strip. I didn't think much of it.
Right.
And I was like, oh crap. And so they're probably inside some of those comic books, but I couldn't find them all. And I was like, screw it. So I did get the Menace. I actually still have it. It's up on my shelf up here.
Do you know what
this one right
you know
there.
what I finally picked up? Is you remember the let me show you. I didn't have these for the longest time because you don't need them, but I just decided to like be a completist. They're still in the wrapping, but you know, like the 9-volume 30th anniversary.
Yes.
Oh.
I finally picked them up. There was someone selling them for like not a horrible price. And in the same vein, I picked this up too. Do you guys remember this from way back in the day? This is the Dark Empire 2 Leatherbound edition.
Oh, holy cow.
That's
Signed
cool.
by Kennedy and Veek, which is really cool.
Bruce
See if I can go find
has
some.
those, and those are beautiful.
They're
Those are
gorgeous, yeah.
beautiful.
That is
Gorgeous.
wow.
I should have. I got the individual issues of Dark Empire, but I think my brother who borrowed them ran over them with his car by accident. He put them on top of his car or someone, and they got run over in the parking lot. And I was so mad. It was in college. I was so mad because I think I have the trade now. I don't think I have the actual individual comic books anymore.
Ooh.
But I threw them away. But I was so pissed.
Nice.
What's that,
Yeah,
Brian?
that's the 10th volume. I was at Star Wars
Oh.
Celebration. We had Dave Dorman sign it.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was
I was like, that has to happen. That has to happen.
By the way, Dave Dorman is a really cool guy to meet.
Yes.
If anyone gets a chance, please go by his booth. And he's so friendly. He's so kind. He's just an awesome guy. He'll talk about anything.
That was his
will.
last appearance.
Say what?
That was his last appearance, he said. Unfortunately.
yeah. He did
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was less than pleased with where he was positioned on the floor, from what I understood. But
Oh,
that's
no.
all secondhand information, though.
Last
He did say-
appearance.
He did say he's going to like reinvest in his website, so folks are still going to be able to kind of get in touch and pick up his prints and stuff. But yeah, he's probably never going to do it in person again.
Oh no,
Still a bummer.
Not to give too much away. He lives in Florida, right?
No, I think he lives in Chicago. I
Oh,
think.
does he?
I think he's local. Yeah, to where
He's-
Celebration was.
Oh, yeah.
I only say that because he was at Pensacon several times in a row, and that's a smaller con. I don't know why you'd be there, but I mean, yeah.
But no, he was a fun guy. I got to talk to him a little bit about Twin Suns while I was at Celebration Chicago because, of course, like the 2 times I leave the booth, I'm still talking Twin Suns. But yeah, it was fun. I gave him a bunch of our stuff from our table, and he's able to get in touch with us whenever. And he said he'd be open to supporting us in the future. So that was
I
kinda cool.
love that guy. He is a really cool guy.
We talked about Lightsider, actually. Dylan and I talked to him about Lightsider.
Yes, and he is very open to talking about. Tom Beach is not open to talking about it,
No.
but Dave Dorman is.
And he actually said, I mean, who knows if he ever follows through, right? But he said, he looked at us and was like, I'm going to go talk to Marvel about seeing if they'll publish it. I was like, please do.
Yeah, he was
Anyway,
such a
yeah.
great guy to talk to. I got
Yeah.
to talk with him, and he signed my Crimson Empire 2 books. Oh,
Oddly enough, that's what he was signing for me. I brought them, and my wife was bored in line, and she read the entire 6-part series of Crimson Empire. She never read Crimson Empire 1.
Huh.
And she goes, this was really good. And I was like, what? I was like, do you have part 1? I said, do I have part 1? No, I actually don't. I said, yeah, and part 3. She went, oh, there's 3 parts. She went, I'd read, and I, not to be too harsh, but Crimson Empire 2 is not really the best one out of the trilogy. So, but she loved it, and so she was ready to read more. And then when we got home, she totally forgot about it. We didn't have time for Star Wars, so she has to be in a line at Comic-Con to read Star Wars. But what's she looking at me for?
so I was just about to
What, I
ask.
can't talk about
if
my
you
mom?
wanted to read anything Star Wars because my wife loves, believe it or not, thinks Jar Jar Binks is the coolest person ever. And so she's like, "Are there any books about Jar Jar?"
Wait, your wife likes Jar Jar?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so anyway, let's. Okay.
I think that was faster than Shadows over Camelot. That's pretty bad.
Okay, did you tell her there is actually, if you go back to those Star Wars Adventures, Episode 1 Adventures, yes, they have a Jar, and it's the story about him crashing Boss's Hebegliber. The whole explanation why he got kicked out of the Gungan city, when he's explaining it to Qui-Gon, they decided to write a story about that. And to be honest, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's
Pretty
what
cool
I
story.
recommended her reading, and she's like, "Are there any more?" And I said,
Nope.
"No."
Nope.
And I said, "You're probably the only person in the world who cares."
And to be honest, I am kind of surprised they didn't make more.
Me too.
Now, Chris, you're going to have to help me with this. There was one. I didn't get it. Maybe I should go back and look at it because I somewhat remember there is a children's book where he is getting eggs right before he runs into Qui-Gon. He's getting his breakfast and he runs into Qui-Gon and then he has his adventure. He runs off with the Jedi.
There's Jar Jar's Mistake, which is like an old Random House book. I'm trying to.
Do you remember? Because am I making this up? But I remember reading it and not getting it. I don't think I have it right now.
I'm trying to remember.
I just now remembered this.
No, I don't remember that.
It came out during Episode 1, of course, and I think it was Jar Jar likes to get. Now maybe it didn't have enough EU in it for me to get it. Maybe it was too much Episode 1. But I remember he's out looking for his breakfast. He's looking for eggs for breakfast, and he runs into Qui-Gon.
I don't remember that. Do you remember? Was it like an actual like Jar Jar titled book, or was it just that he was in one of the?
It was back when Episode 1 they threw up Star Wars everywhere.
There's a million things. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to go back and check it out. It doesn't come.
Was it a yellow book, like yellow cover? And it was like "Watch Out, Jar Jar" or something.
Do you have it?
I feel like I had it as a kid. I don't know if I still do. I was checking.
Yeah,
I think it was "Watch Out, Jar Jar."
Come on, Mr. Star Wars Library.
Son of Luke suggests Episode 1 Adventures.
No. We've already talked about Episode 1 Adventures. It's not Episode 1 Adventures. It was like to be honest, it may have just started off like that, and then it was just a rehash of Episode 1, and that's probably why I didn't pick it up. Because if things were a rehash but had like one, like the what was it? Oh, The Life and Times of Obi-Wan. Like maybe the first two. No. The Life and Time. Darth Maul's. I can't remember. There's a Darth Maul story or Obi-Wan story that has like 2 little pages of, never before seen stuff. And then it goes into his, I think that's Darth Maul. It talks about Darth Maul as a child getting raised by Sidious. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But then the rest of it is just a rehash of every other comic book that had come out. The Life and Times of Darth Maul. I can't remember what it was called.
I'm so frustrated right now because I keep looking over at my boxes, just thinking like if they were out,
it's in there.
Have the Jar Jar stuff in Episode 1. I'm just going nuts right now.
I tell you, one of my favorite stories.
This is what's going to get him to unpack. Is
Totally,
Jar Jar story.
Very early when we got. Hey, baby. Very, very early when we got married, my wife. I got that Pablo Hidalgo, the
Reader's
Companion, and he was putting the magazines in order. And I was like, shut up, because I had my magazine stacked on the bottom shelf. So then thank you, son of Luke. It's called Wrath of Darth Maul. That was what it was, where the first 2 pages were something new and then the rest of it was a rehash of his life. Anyway,
have you ever got to talk to son of Luke before?
I don't think so. Son of Luke, have we talked?
Should try to get him on sometime.
Well, send him the invite. I sent it to Ryan, but he just ignored me. He and his little bathrobe he's so proud about now. But anyway, where was I saying? Oh, so anyway, I go nuts. I mean, like it's like a beautiful mind. Like the pictures are falling in, everything's falling into place for me. And I just grab all my magazines and I grab all my books. I'm spreading everything out, trying to put in chronological order. And my wife comes in and I look like a crazy guy because I got magazines and books stacked everywhere. And she's like, what's going on? I went, he put it all in chronological order. He put it all in chronological order. I said, I've been wanting to do this with the magazines for years. And I looked at her and went, you don't really care, do you? She went, I'll just let you continue. And then she just walked out. That was her first. That's when she thought, maybe I made a mistake. She looked at me, and I did look like a crazy guy because I was like, "Oh my gosh, it all makes sense. The crop circles, the government." I was like a conspiracy theorist. Like, this book shows us the way. She's like, "Okay, that's a little weird," but
That book is amazing, though.
what is
the Essential Reader's Companion?
Oh yeah, it is.
That
It
is
is.
an amazing read.
It is really nice. It is really nice. I still use it from time to time, not as much as I used to. I mean, if I look it up and he has any behind the scenes stuff, I may add that stuff in there. But I even disagree with some of his chronological order now. Not that I am the final authority. I hate, because when I talk to Joe on StarWarsTimeline.net, whenever I say, "Hey Joe, I would put this here. What do you think?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely, we'll change it." I said, "No, I'm asking you what you would think. I'm not saying that I'm the authority on this. And sometimes I said, why did you put this here? Explain that to me." Sometimes he can't. He just said, "Well, that's just where someone told me it goes." And I said, "Well, what about like the Bounty Hunter Wars? People freaked when I moved the timeline on that, but I just don't think that Boba Fett could have recovered and done all that in that amount of time with all this other stuff happening." So, but I'll talk to Joe every once in a while about, "Joe, where do you think about that? Do you think this belongs here?" I think it belongs earlier.
Yeah, there was something that I saw he just moved. I could be wrong, but I think it was like Vader's Quest. He moved it like a tiny bit up or down. I forget why even. But it's funny. Like he spends a lot of time thinking of all the old, and like. Oh,
he does a whole lot, and I trust Joe's opinion. Joe's opinion, and he's been very kind to say, "Oh, Matt, we'll change it. Don't worry." I said, "Well, no, talk to me. You may have a good reason. I just may not be seeing it." But mine even differs from his, and I love Joe. But the only thing I hate about his timeline is he tries to fit new canon in there.
Well, the weirdest thing is, and I think I want to ask him about this because it might be a glitch. What he promised was that the full timeline was going to be mixed canon. That if you went into the individual eras on his website, it would be peer review. But it didn't work.
But it's not.
But
yeah.
But he claims that's the case, and it might just be a glitch. It'd be great to fix that. Dude, by the way, with Hidalgo, do you guys know that when he was putting that book together, he was also putting together all of the information he had about the continuity of the comics too. We sort of stopped realizing that book was going to get too big if it was everything, so he kind of had to pare it back down to books. But somewhere he has all of those notes. Can you imagine how valuable that would be?
That would be great.
Yeah,
extraordinarily.
Yeah,
of certain comics in there.
Yeah.
Someone, I'm finally moving down some of these questions here. I've been ignoring. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't mean to ignore you. Is there oh wait, here he is. He is the son of Luke. Oh no, I've talked to you.
Hi, everybody.
How's it going?
How's it going, man?
Pretty cool.
Is there I think this was what is a video game that you wish they would have done a comic book or novel out of, like Force Unleashed, like Dark Forces?
Oh yes.
Is there a comic? Is there a video game you wish they would have made a novel out of? Or I'll say comic book too.
There we go.
Jedi Outcast.
Oh yeah.
I'll just go ahead and
I can see that.
Yeah.
It feels like you've thought about this before, Spencer.
I have thought about it a lot. Because they did in the Dark Horse novellas, they adapted the first two games.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought, and I love Kyle Katarn. I've said it before.
Oh yeah, of course.
In print, not just in video games. And he's mentioned here and there. I've been rereading Fate of the Jedi, and so it's been cool to see him get name dropped. But just to see him being the star of a novel, not a novella, but a novel, that'd be awesome.
I agree with that.
My vote.
I think Kyle Katarn was very underutilized in the EU, and it's a shame because he brought so many people into the expanded universe. His character was so popular. Rob D says Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, but didn't they? Oh no, not Jedi Starfighter.
It's an interesting question because a lot of the video games were S-canon in that the actual specific canon choices weren't all set in stone for some of these games. Like if you turn this into if you turn this into a comic or into a book, that would be, this is the canon version of the actual story, especially for like the RPGs and whatnot. So that makes me think either KOTOR would be a hit or a big miss because everybody plays that game differently.
Gotcha. John said that they should also continue novelize the remainder of Dark Forces. That'd be his.
I think so. I actually would like to see the X-Wing games though, because there's already a book series for it. I'd like to see you try to weave those in.
Some of those adventures.
Yeah,
that was my answer because I don't play that many games. But Rogue Squadron was my favorite game. Son of Luke.
Oh, any of them? Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter would be good.
What are some others? Yeah, not really Knights of the Old Republic. That wouldn't work that well.
I don't think.
Didn't they do a Jedi Starfighter? No, they didn't. They did a.
They did
what
a
was a comic? They did a comic, didn't they?
You know what? I think I'd like to see TIE Fighter.
Yeah,
TIE Fighter turned into a game because that had some story elements happening around it.
Technically, if you had the, it kind of is a novel. If you get the
Steel Chronicles,
Steel Chronicles or the guide, the player aid, because they wrote it like a story. They wrote stories in between.
They do have that,
which was the most ingenious way to put a instructional thing together.
Yeah. Which I do have that. I actually went out of my way to buy that. But I'd still like to see an actual novel or maybe even just a comic out of that.
Okay. No, I agree. Steel or Key and Farlander. Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hey, who's that? Who's that right there? She's been having fun talking Star Wars, if you can believe it. You want Mama? Or you want to talk Star Wars with the guys?
Oh.
It's tempting. She wants to take this mic. That's what she wants. Say she want to hang out with Daddy.
Old.
Look at that.
Ooh,
that's awesome.
Official strategy guide for it.
That's slick.
I've been going crazy, Brian, because there's so many different versions of that game. It was issued a couple times. There's like deluxe editions, this, that. I've been trying to track down a couple of the weirder variants just for fun. But
this was the collector's one, but I got it from Bookman's for like $6, I think it was. It was like steal sold.
Jedi Outcast is great. That's a great suggestion.
I think Jedi Outcast would be a good one too.
That would be fantastic. Yeah.
I even like Mysteries of the Sith.
That would be good because everybody loves Mara Jade, right?
Oh yeah.
John says he wants an Arden Lynn novel.
That would be interesting.
Pretty interesting, yeah.
Ryan Kendall says he's at a GameStop right now.
Oh, is he waiting for the release of the new game that's coming out?
That does.
Is Fallen Order come out tonight?
I think it was around now somewhere.
What about the new Pokemon? Isn't that coming out tonight too?
Yeah, that's what I'm actually playing tomorrow.
What do you think Ryan's getting? Do you think he's getting the Pokemon? Well, he said yep to something. Is it Pokemon?
If I had to guess,
Wait. Isn't there that open world Hello Kitty Explorer video? Isn't that coming out tonight too?
There's a lot coming out tonight.
He may be getting that. He may be at GameStop getting some, Mario power-up energy drinks. You never know with that guy. I want to know if he's wearing that robe that he was wearing earlier in his stream. That's what I want to know. Is he still wearing that? Okay.
Okay. Jar Jar Binks Mysteries of the Sith expansion. What's wrong with you?
What? Anyway, I missed that last answer. So he said, "I'm getting Jar Jar." Oh, okay. I just now saw that. Did you see that comment before I did, Brian?
Probably.
That comment just popped up from me. Anyway.
Same here.
Mm-hmm.
2 screens. It's a beautiful thing.
Wow. Nice. So, do you, Magnum, pardon me, do you know where all of your EU collection is going to be placed? I mean, do you have bookshelf? Do you know exactly how it's going to look? I mean, I know you don't have it unpacked, but do you have an idea of where it's going to go?
No, and that's the problem. There's not really a place for it. So
Well,
I
see,
will
what
make
he's trying,
room.
what he's trying to say is warehouse pricing is too expensive around where he's at.
I've actually been toying with the idea, and I think since my wife wants the space, I think she's even been nudging me. I mean, I know this is like pretty decadent, but I actually think I might like rent an office or something and just make it a library. There's no other way. I mean, this new house we got just for like the army of kids we're about to raise, there's just no space for this. And where they could potentially go would sort of be kind of like in the public space. And I don't want 3 kids under the age of 3 anywhere near.
I was going to say, I think this decision might be influenced by the age group you're dealing
Yeah,
with.
exactly.
Do you know the gender of the twins yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's just say this. It's not Luke and Leia. It's more Tonica sisters. So
Oh,
I'm going to have 3 girls. Yeah.
hey,
So,
congratulations.
yeah.
That's
Congratulations.
awesome.
Definitely, congratulations.
I know a little bit about twin girls.
I know you do. I'm so afraid you're thinking I'm just copying you, Matt. You know, I'm just like, but it's pretty uncanny the way it worked out with 2
That is
girls.
awesome. That is awesome. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be. It's funny because they tonight, and no one believes me that they do this all the time, but they will reach out and for each other, and they'll hold hands a lot. And of course, it always makes my wife really happy when she sees that. But I'm like, they do that, man. They just, they're going to be friends.
I think I saw Megan post something about that on Facebook. I think she had an image
Yeah.
of that.
Oh, shit. Anytime they hold hands, which is all the time, we post a picture about it. Because the first time it happened, I was like, oh, look at that. My wife's like, just so excited. But now they do it a lot. Meridian, usually, she'll reach out for her sister, Piper. And Piper's like, okay, fine. Like the funniest time was when Meridian couldn't sleep and she's reaching out for her sister. They're on the little double boppy. Oh, you need to get a double boppy, Chris.
Yeah, we just got one. Yeah.
Okay, good. You'll love that thing. And so anyway, she reached out first, and sister's like, I'm sleeping. I am sleeping. Here's my hand. Take my hand. Okay, go back to sleep. And sister's, and Piper's like, here's my hand. Just take it. She went back to sleep. And Maria's like, okay, there's your hand. Okay, I'll go back to sleep. They're funny. But yeah, get a double boppy. You got to go with the double stroller. I don't, not that I'm the expert on this, but son of Luke is so excited when he hears us talking about twin girls. I can see it on his face. Like, wow, thanks, Brian, for sending me the invite. I'm just first time here talking to Matt on the show, and he's talking about double boppies. Like I even care what that means. But maybe go for the limo, the stretch limo. Then go for narrow instead of wide. We have wide. And I kind of wish I would have gone for long and narrow.
It makes sense.
Because that will fit through doors better.
Well, here's
not
the problem.
Not that I have any problems getting out of doors, but there's a hallway I can't turn very well in. Some doors I can get in.
And actually, because we've got this other young one, we actually need one for 3. And I think like the long way is kind of the only way to go, right? So I think we'll have to do that. It dawns me though, with all these twin girls, Brian, I really think it's time to consider the Twin Girls Foundation, not just the twin sons.
John
do I
asked,
need to rename it to Twin Daughters? I mean,
Or Twin Bun Foundation from the old stream. I still like that idea too, but you never.
Twin Buns.
Twin
Yeah,
Buns.
well,
No.
that's. I think Callum's got the copyright on that one now. Though.
Brian,
look,
That's all
Hey.
now.
reporting
What's going
live
on,
from
guys?
reporting live from GameStop, ladies and gentlemen.
That's true. Look at it in here.
Wow.
Wow.
I see. So we got a question for you, Ryan. First off, where's your robe?
The robe got left behind. It's left behind sitting there by my, sitting there by my chair, I suppose. But
I'm wearing a robe right now.
I swear, I know. We're trying to continue the robe stream that you so unkindly cut off early on.
well, it was only supposed to be a little mail stream. Open it up, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, show what I got, and then I got this freaking robe that started a whole thing. So I'm sure people are going to be asking for the robe a lot more soon.
Look how choppy he is. Okay, look, if you would have been wearing a robe, you would have been they would have thought you were a homeless person walking in there, and they probably would have given you more clearance. You could have probably moved up that line a little bit more.
I would imagine. I think most of the people that are here for Pokemon are probably, maybe just slightly better dressed than that. So there's a clear delineation.
I want to know something. Do you say, excuse me, do you know who I am? Do you say that?
I say, I've almost got 3,000 subs, right? And they usually just get out of my way.
Hey,
that's what you meant, right?
True story. The first time I ever got the, hey, are you Matt Wilkins? Was
you were at a convention. It was at Gen Con.
It was at Gen Con, and it was this guy right here, right there. That's the guy. That's the guy right there, right there.
So it was you. Do you see how big he is? His ego is massive now.
I created the ego that Matt Wilkins.
And then I decided not to get on. What's the stupid Discord?
Yeah,
and that's when my divaness began. I was
say,
like, you know what? You guys got to bow before me. I made Spencer kneel when he first met me too.
Mm-hmm. And the ground was very hard. It hurt my knees.
Quit your whining.
He put rice under it, made him kneel on it like punishment in China. I think that's what they do.
Brian, you nailed it. That's exactly what happened.
It's funny because that's how Brian and I first met too. I made him kneel too.
It was the other way around that time, though.
It's a common theme for divas. They're very demanding.
So
I've heard Matt's wife actually said that he doesn't eat red M&Ms, so she has to pick them all out for him. So when it's Christmas, it's a real pickle because he only eats the green ones.
Only the green. Only the green. Let me ask you, what does a man standing in line for a Pokemon game celebrate with afterwards? Do you go out to Dairy Queen if it's still open, or is?
Well, I'm here for Jedi Fallen Order. I've heard some really good things. I've heard some good things about it from some of the people who have tested it that I trust. So I'm giving it a chance.
You gotta give it a fair shake. That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's just fair. like Mandalorian, gave it a fair shake. Only because I'm getting Disney Plus for free for a year from Verizon. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna test it out. Did anybody else? I can't imagine we have a big Mandalorian crowd on the panel right now. Did anybody else watch it?
Did anyone else see I did not.
No
one. Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan.
Well, I've been catching flack because I haven't been saying it's the greatest freaking thing in God's green earth.
Why aren't you saying that?
Because it's not. It is good. I will readily admit it's good. It's probably the best thing from that we've seen from Disney-owned Lucasfilm, in my opinion.
No, it's good. It's good. Every one good thing every 5 years is a pretty good ratio for them.
Exactly. They're forgiven now. They're forgiven completely.
Yeah.
Did it bring any EU into it? Any more expanded universe?
Yeah. So they use the. It's the first time I think I'd seen it in the new canon. They used the Mythosaur skull as the emblem for Mandalorians, and they also referenced the Mythosaur, which had never been talked about in canon before.
I saw a post about that. That makes sense now.
Yep. You guys don't care if I spoil the ending, do you? This is the thing that made me mad.
Let me wait on that. Let me ask the chat first.
Yeah.
I don't care. So chat, if someone does care in the chat, please let me know. I don't want to ruin it for them. I don't care myself, and I don't care what Spencer and Brian think, or Son of Luke, because I haven't really talked to him that much. Sorry, Son of Luke.
Go ahead and spoil it.
Yeah. So I'll talk about a couple of things before we get that answer.
Yeah, talk about a few. If anyone in the chat room says don't spoil it, we won't do it.
We're waiting to hear you say.
Have a great one. Talk to you guys later.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, thanks for joining, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, man. Bye-bye.
Bye, Magnum.
Yeah, so one thing that they did use was his weapon is basically the same that electric prod weapon that Boba Fett uses in the holiday special.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yes. Exactly.
Okay, so the holiday special is now canon. Got it.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's a lot of like, hey, this is how I see it, right? And I've been trying to tell people this. The way we've been sold this show is, hey, look at all the practical effects. This looks like Star Wars, remember? This looks like Star Wars, and then a bunch of callbacks. That's exactly the way The Force Awakens was portrayed when it happened. And so and there people are like, look, the audience score and the critic score, they're all both above 90. That's exactly how Force Awakens was. It's like we're freaking 5 years ago, all over again. But it is better, I think, mostly because it's shorter, and they didn't really go into too much. That's my opinion on it.
Okay.
But anybody care about spoilers?
No,
I
go
don't
for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Spoil away.
So the end, he's hunting this supposed to be 50 years old. That's all he knows about it. He gets there, teams up with IG-11, and they find this bounty at the end, and it's a cradle. And he's like, this can't be true. It says it's 50 years old. And IG-11's like, well, some species age at different rates. And I was like, no, they're not. Sure enough, it's a baby of Yoda's species.
Oh.
And
That's
it's
odd.
set 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
After Return of the Jedi?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is it Yoda's son? Oh, those are probably all the theories right now.
Yeah, well, I think more than likely it's a clone. But there are of course the people that are like, ooh, Yoda and Yaddle, they were Yaddling in the back room. So there's a lot of those rumors going around.
I don't know.
On the
but
picture.
I don't know if I want to think about the Yaddle paddle being used.
Oh no.
So
My immediate thing was like, that was so off limits for George for so long.
Yeah.
Anything dealing with that. Now, he was on the set for some of the filming of Mandalorian. I've been told that he's credited with a writing credit in a later episode of Mandalorian, but I don't know. To me, it seems pretty sacrilege. That was the very end of the episode. When you
Yeah,
find
it's just
that out.
like treading on sacred ground.
Yeah. Yep. And even if he was okay with it, he has no control, right? They probably came to him and said, "Hey, we're going to do this. Do you want to give us any input before we just make all this stuff up?" That's how I imagine it happened.
I had a comment there,
Very
but it wouldn't
strange.
have been very nice.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If I'll put it this way: what if this had happened back in the old days and would have been EU canon? And what would I want from the Mandalorian? That's what I'm thinking right now. What I would probably want is an earlier era, like prior to Clone. I like to hear about early Mandalorian days. Maybe they're shining their heydays back in the day. I don't know if I'd want to see something that took place after Jedi. I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, I know people are excited that something came out after Jedi, and that's great for them. But what time era would you like to hear about a story about a Mandalorian?
Well, my thing is with
Mandalorian
what,
Wars.
yeah, with what happened with Clone Wars and Rebels, I'm really not super interested in the Mandalorian
Lore.
After what we saw, Dave Filoni did with it. I do think this is more of a traditional return to a better depiction of what we think as a Mandalorian in that time frame, like if we were still in the EU.
Do we see the Mandalorian without his helmet?
Nope. He is a man of very few words.
Do we know who the actor is who portrays him?
Pedro Pascal.
Right on.
Yeah. So.
Shoshi's
We'll-
saying Legacy of the Force era.
Yeah, I mean that would be
That'd be
fun to see.
I don't know. Mine would be Old Republic
Super movie was pretty good.
with like the Mandalorian War that we see in the old days, where you get where like Revan gets the mask and all like around that time period. It was in, like,
I was thinking the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same.
probably Old Republic.
Riding the Besselic war droids and stuff.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
I think that'd be pretty cool. I will like as it is. The reason that I do think this is the best thing that's come out from them is because there was some decent world building, even though there wasn't hardly any dialogue. That kind of irritated me. They're kind of leaving it open to interpretation, so whatever you can imagine is how good it's going to be. So I see a lot of people like making excuses and making connections that I don't really think are there, but they have a scene where they. It's almost straight out of Dark Force Rising, to be honest, when he's about to get paid for a job in Imperial credits, and he says, "What are those? I don't want Imperial credits. You can't spend those anywhere. The Empire's shrinking, right?" And he says, "Well, I can give you Republic credits, but I can only pay you this much." So they argue about it a little bit, which is basically like the scene with Luke and Farrier and Lando when they're arguing about payment for Imperial versus Republic.
Also, 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yep, exactly.
How ironic.
Well, I know that the director's trying to be very appeasing to all the fans a little bit. I wouldn't call what he's doing pandering to fans. I just think he's trying to make something that he thinks everyone will enjoy. I'm okay if people enjoy it. I just have no interest just because it's new canon. That's the real reason. Now, I don't hate Mandalorians. I don't, think the series looks dumb. I just not
So
interested.
question, is this supposed to be completely separate from all their main characters? I mean, from both the original trilogy and the new trilogy?
I'm positive it is.
Because if it
Supposedly,
is, at least it's EU-like in that manner. It doesn't have to stick to the main crew, so to speak.
I'm sure it's within the canon, though.
Oh yeah.
I bet they'd bring in like guest characters or
Well,
something.
and that's what I thought it was going to.
Do you see any TIE
Well,
fighters
and that's what I thought it
wiggling
was
and
gonna be.
wobbling?
Dig in there.
Yeah. Is he wearing is the Mandalorian wearing space diapers in any scenes?
No, so one of the things I'm about to pick up my thing here. One of the things that I found interesting. no
Whoa,
space diapers,
don't show that on camera.
he has like Durasteel armor to start, and it's clear that one of the things is going to be him gaining more Beskar armor over time, which they're trying to bring more traditional Mandalorian stuff into it, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
You broke up a little bit. You became pixelated, Ryan, for a minute there.
Quick, screen caps.
Oh, look, there it is. He's frozen. There it is. There's
Yeah.
pixelated Ryan. Here we go. We got him, folks. There it is.
There we go.
Pixel Ryan is back.
There's your thumbnail.
To get,
Good.
I have to get out of the store. There's a better signal out here.
Oh no,
look
that's
at it.
fine.
Let's do this.
That's fine. I'm getting
Lord.
sick.
It's
What-
Pixel GameStop.
It's Pixel.
So
This
it's
is
ma'am.
CGS.
8-bit GameStop.
There, look, there he goes. It's coming to get there. I am Pixel Ryan. It's like watching the Lego movie with Ryan now. Just everything looks so real, but in a different universe.
But is everything awesome?
Can
Oh,
you hear
no,
me
it's-
now?
Oh, it's clearing up. What a shame.
Yeah, it's a bad
Well, we just
signal
tried-
in there.
Well, we just went from Pixel Ryan to car video. What the heck?
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
You're checking all the boxes.
All right, let's see the impression. Go for it.
Car video. Car video. I tell you what, these SJWs.
Oh man, that is awesome. That is
So they
great.
actually gave you the game a little bit before midnight, then, didn't you? Because it's 9 where you're at, right?
Yeah, it's 9, so they release it with everybody else, like the
Oh,
same
okay,
time,
gotcha.
you know.
Gotcha.
It's
Same
midnight
time.
somewhere. That's right.
So I don't get oppressed by the Western time zone. Equal opportunity.
Makes sense.
Uh, Rob D wants to see jazz hands, Ryan.
I'll do anything. I'll wear freaking robes. I'll do memes. I don't even care.
He is your puppet, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm past pride at this point.
What I want to hear is this upcoming EU book club you've got going on Saturday.
Oh yeah, go ahead and pitch that.
Yeah. So we've been reading for the past 3 weeks. We've been reading Dark Force Rising, so the second book in the Thrawn trilogy. It's going to be on my channel this time. You guys can barely see me. Hold on. Look at that. It's going to be hosted on my channel this time. It starts at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. And it's just going to be a round table of myself, Lethal Lightning, Callum Johns, Steve Kenobi. I think Evan, the Holocron Keeper, is going to be there too. I haven't specifically heard back from him, but yeah, it should be good. And we'll be bringing people on that have been reading along with us that want to kind of give their take. You know, we had a lot of people who it was their first time ever reading an Expand Universe book last time. And I think it went really well. I
enjoyed listening to it.
Yeah.
It was. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we had some great I don't want to say testimonials, but that's kind of what it was. We had people on there who hadn't read a book in like a decade that finally got a book and they'd like burned through it and they were ready for the next one. So it was really cool.
That's really awesome. That's really awesome. All right, Son of Luke, what are you doing?
I just uploaded a video about responding to an article. The 10 weird things that we're glad are gone from the expanded universe in the new canon. And it's on my channel, Son of Luke. And I was basically going through the list to see if I agree with what he put on it.
It looks like about a half-hour-long video. I have
much.
it up on another screen. I'm just waiting to watch it as soon as we're done tonight here.
There you go, folks. You need to check out Son of Luke. Don't go to Daughter of Luke. That's the wrong channel.
Yeah.
Okay. Spencer, what's coming up on your channel?
What is coming up? Well, we just put out a video reviewing The Mystery of the Rebellious Robot and Marvel's Star Wars 27 through 29, all single issues, but we just put them all together there. So working on more of those. I think there's a appearance I might be doing on a certain show here soon. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
You will see Spencer later on this week.
Was I supposed to be organizing that? I can't remember now.
I donated just so I wouldn't have to be on.
Oh, no, Ryan. You're on next week.
Am I?
That's the plot twist.
You subverted my expectations.
I did. Anyway, I'm sorry, Spencer. Go ahead. Anything else?
Brian says go fetch, and I chase after it and take it over to a more civilized age. So that's what we're doing. We're chucking through the Marvel Star Wars stuff right now. So I'm excited to go through that. That's it's been fun to revisit that.
You should do some more trash talking. Say, I'm going to show those, fakes what a real co-host can do on a more civilized age.
Once you finally get a real Star Wars EU fan on the panel, you never know what can happen, Matt.
I'm telling you, it's amazing. Okay, Brian, can you give us any update on the billboard?
Can I? Yes. I think I'm going to hold that until what we're doing on Sunday, though.
Oh, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a live stream of the holiday special on our Discord server. So definitely check out our Discord server on Sunday afternoon. I do have something sitting right here. The signed contract. Not going to show the date, but I do have the date for when they're going live now. And we'll be announcing that during our live stream of the holiday special. We will also be doing our raffle during that holiday special live stream because we have to get some raffles done for some prizes. So
awesome.
It'll be a good time.
Awesome. That is going to be a good time. That's this Sunday. I'm hoping to join the stream because it's the holiday special. Why wouldn't? And it's on the anniversary of the holiday special as well. The exact same day it premiered.
41st anniversary, I believe.
Lord.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I've never seen the holiday special before.
You're in for a treat.
Ryan, go ahead.
I watched the whole Boba Fett scene just because of the Mandalorian and stuff. It's so bad.
Son of Luke, you were
Oh,
in for
I'm
a
excited.
treat. You were
I'm
in
so
for a
excited.
treat. So there you go. So guys, check out all these channels. Son of Luke got some exciting stuff going on. Spencer got a lot of copycat videos of stuff I've already reviewed going on.
Actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Brian has a holiday special. I don't know why you'd want to check that out, but there it is. And Pixelated Ryan will be doing a book club, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Am I
Notice
pixelated right
how
now?
nobody needs to watch Matt's channel.
Oh, and don't watch. I don't know why you're watching my channel to begin with. Totally ridiculous. Unless you have
Hopefully
nothing
everyone's
to-
learned from their mistake.
I'm telling you. But yeah, hey, guys, thanks for joining us for this Nightcap. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being on here. And yeah, check it out. Tomorrow I'm doing another top 200 board games thing. And then Spencer, yours is actually, I've decided yours is going to post Saturday, even though I think we're recording it tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, you guys are scheduled for tomorrow evening, I believe.
Yes. Spencer and another guest. Should I reveal the other guest, Spencer?
Sure. Why not?
The notorious Callum Johns will be there, and we will be asking him for pictures, the first ever pictures of the calendar.
I was going to say I'd be very disappointed if you did not do so.
I hope there is a big reveal.
Wink,
'Cause,
wink.
I mean, yes, exactly. Because I know a particular woman of mayhem would be very interested to see what pictures are already being. He says he's finished his test at school, so he has more time, whatever that means. So we're hopefully we're going to have a first look at the picture. I mean, Disney Plus has no excitement compared to this calendar. Let me tell you, if the
That's
calendar
true.
went live, it would get 20 million subscribers.
They don't need to offer free 7-day subscriptions. He's able to sell that stuff full price.
Oh man. So it's going to be great. So you definitely want to check that out. But anyway, guys, again, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining us on the Nightcap, folks. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.